Oh, lots I want to get into. Let's bring the panel in now. One Nation Chief of Staff James Ashby, former Liberal MP Nicole Flint. Let's go, if I can, to you, James Ashby, first. Asbestos in wind farms. We've now got 3. This one is the one just recently opened in central Queensland by Twiggy Forest. This is Clark Creek Wind Farm. Asbestos there, 2 in the turbines. Chinese manufacturer. Geez, you surprised me. Surely now we must stop this rollout.
You know that won't happen, but if it was a mine site or in aviation, it would. This is the difference. The Green Dream gets let off with a light slap on the wrist. In fact, nothing will occur here. We should be saying at the very port in which these wind turbines come in, enough's enough. We will not accept the certificate from China that says they're asbestos-free. They're going to be stopped, and we need to do complete inspections on them. But you know very well as I do, Labor will not do anything about it. And unfortunately, I don't believe what Squadron are saying here, that everyone's safe. I'm sorry, one fibre is all it takes to kill somebody with asbestos-related diseases. And unfortunately, here in Australia, we lose the lives of 4,000 Aussies every year because of that disease.
Well, Nicole and I are about the same age, went through law school. We remember James Hardy and all the cover-ups that went on there for such a long time until eventually there was justice. So this has the same, I think, long tail of ramification. Let's go to the NDIS, Nick. Today we learned that people are putting in invoices written on the back of a serviette. I mean, it's like Stephen Conroy and the NBN on the back of that coaster that time with Kevin Rudd. We've got 220,000 children on the NDIS for autism. Now, either we've got this dramatic increase in autism in this country, or it's been radically underreported for a long time, or we've got a rort. Could be a combination of all 3. But we've also got the breakdown of costs in the News Corp papers. Some local council areas, poor old taxpayers are pumping $1 billion of NDIS funding into these communities. I mean, this is a mess.
It is a total mess, Peter, and what really worries me is that the people who suffer most are the people with genuine disabilities who desperately need this support. And as an advanced, wealthy Western democracy, we have one job, which is to care for our most vulnerable in society and to help their families care for them. Now, that said, when we know through various case examples that we now have that the system is being rorted by providers or by NDIS companies that have popped up everywhere, it's people who need the help that suffer. So I think there are actually some really easy wins that unfortunately Labor seem incapable of achieving, which is, why aren't they using AI or really careful forensic analysis to start picking up on, as you've just said, the invoices submitted on serviettes, because that is clearly utterly inappropriate, and you really wonder what sort of rorts are going on. So why don't we bring in some technology to, or look at providers who are invoicing above and beyond what a comparable business is invoicing? I think we could clean things up quite quickly.
Let's go to these revelations out of the Senate estimates. This is about the Greens. They get a tarted up new party room, right? A room. It's got 15 leather chairs in it, 11 MPs, but fine, have a few thinking they might expand their numbers. It's $1.6 million, James. I looked at the average cost of a house in Australia. This is Australia-wide, obviously, but it's $1 million. This is more for one room than it costs to buy an Australian house. How's this fair for taxpayers?
No, well, it's not. And this is Labor. This is always on Labor's watch. We just see these incredible expenditures and these cost blowouts. This isn't even a cost blowout. This is just unnecessary spending. We've got a party room now ourselves for One Nation. It's nothing flash. But you know what? You get in there, you do what's required. You don't need expensive leather, or in probably the Greens case, it's probably pleather, but expensive pleather couches or chairs to sit on. You just need a spot to go and do the work, get in, get out. This is outrageous, and no wonder the Australian public have had a gutful of the Greens, who are going backwards. What are they now on 9-10% in this country? They're going backwards. Labor's, I can't believe they're still trending the way they are, given the blowouts. And One Nation's going up because we're the only ones talking common sense when it comes to reining in the spending and being fiscally responsible with taxpayers' money.
Let's go to mental health days, Nicole. Young Australians are missing a total of 26 million days a year for mental health reasons. This is analysis by Macquarie University. Victorian workers, women and those aged between 18 and 29, again, I'm not surprised by the age bracket, are found to be the most stressed. Well, lack of discipline, lack of resilience, you know, the woke society we've raised these kids in. No wonder our productivity's in the toilet.
Absolutely, Peter. And I feel really sorry for this generation because they've been failed by the education system in particular, that taught them that every child wins a prize and, you know, it doesn't matter whether you come first or last or whether you work hard or not, just turning up's okay. It's not okay. And as you've just said, no wonder we have a national productivity crisis when we have a generation who haven't been raised to understand what it is to work hard and get ahead. I noticed, Peter, also some of these statistics were showing that people in admin and retail are the ones who are most unhappy, whereas the mining industry, for example, has some of the lowest mental health days and sick days. I just think this is where we are as a society. We don't have enough people who are out there building things, making things, knowing that they are contributing properly to the economic bottom line. And perhaps if we saw people in more productive employment, they might have more pride in themselves and their work, and maybe that would help too.
Just quickly on your support, James, we know it's rocketing up. You're at 18% in the latest poll. But when we look at Gen X blokes, I'm Gen X, but we're talking about the blokes here, 1 in 4 are coming your way. What's doing that?
I think they don't have faith in the two major parties in particular. But, Peter, I'll say this. Victoria is now our strongest state for membership, very closely followed by Queensland and New South Wales. But there's some real shift going on in this country. We've now tripled our membership since the May election. And we don't know where it's going to end. All I hope is it ends with more seats and One Nation either in government or in a very strong balance of power position come this next election.
All right, we will watch this closely, but I'm not surprised about Victoria. I tell you what, thank you both.